Hi everyone, welcome back to this week's Weekly Thought Fuel with Keith and Sarah at the Leaders Lyceum. This week we are kicking off a series where we're going to go deep into leader levels, these stages of adult development that we've introduced on this vertical journey. It's going into the content that's in Keith's book that he wrote in collaboration with Carl Kunert. So if you want to know more, check out their book. It's available on themapthebook.com. But let's just jump in. Level 2, the first adult development level. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what level 2 is?
Well, I mean, level 2, really, if you've known a middle schooler, if you've ever been a middle schooler, you'll get this idea that there is a stage in our life, and it's actually appropriate for during those years, that it's a very me first. What am I getting out of something? How am I getting to do what I want to do? Rewards, consequences, punishment, who can I please? All this kind of stuff that sort of plays into this middle school mentality. But I think the main thing about what we're talking about here is that, and why we're even talking about it here, is that 3 to 5% of the highly educated adult professional population still makes sense of the world like a middle schooler, and that's a problem.
Yeah, so what does that look like in an adult?
Well, I tell you, we worked with a person over the last couple of years that was on an executive team, had made it up in this fast-growing organization. Very level 2 person, I mean classically level 2 person. Everything was about their agenda. How were they going to get their way? How were they going to win? And it was, Sarah, it was totally destructive in the organization. The organization spent so much valuable energy trying to figure out how to work around this person. You've worked with people like this.
Sounds like probably not a fun person to be on a team with, because it was always a battle of me versus you trying to win, right? Is that true?
Totally, and everything in the level 2 mind is so oversimplified. It is, it's very either or, very black or white. So it's almost impossible for a level 2 person to really integrate their thinking with others' thinking to achieve better thinking.
So if a level 2 person is this destructive and this selfish, how do they even get to be on an executive team?
Golly, they're almost 100% of the time they've got some knowledge, skill, or ability, lateral development, as we've talked about in the past, that is just sets them apart in some way. It's like athleticism. It's like they're this sort of way above the norm capacity, and so they keep getting promoted based in their capacity. A lot of times we see this with great salespeople who get moved up into management. They learned how to win in sales as an individual contributor, and then boom, they get in management. It's a train wreck.
So I guess my last question would be this idea of winning, right? Like, isn't it good for the organization if somebody wants to win? Or like, there are times when I am playing a game and I like to win.
Sure.
Does that mean I'm level 2?
Right. No, it does not. If the limit of your capacity to understand the world was winning, that's level 2. But from level 3, 4, and 5, we can also want to win, but winning does not define us. And so that's really it. It's really about the limitation of the lens.
Yeah. So it sounds like level 2 is not a really great effective way to be as a leader, but thankfully it's only 3 to 5% of the population. So next week we're going to introduce you to level 3. Which is probably a lot more, hits it a lot more at home for a lot of us.
We'll see ourselves in level 3 way more.
So come back next week and see what level 3 looks like.
See you guys.